a good word. Not been avoiding me, have you, Gary?
Maybe I have. Do you blame me?
You must know what's best for you.
Your boy Munday said he'd break my arm.
Tom said that? To an architect?
I wasn't more than 2 weeks behind. Money was tight. Didn't need him to make me shape up.
So you went to the law.
He came on like he was going to break me in half.
So you went to the law.
Didn't sleep for 2 nights.
And what about my sleep? Is this how you strike back at an old man?
I don't like being threatened.
Tom is in many ways a low individual. A hot-headed slugger, like in the old days. He doesn't understand people nowadays. Professional people, like yourself, like me, we don't go for all this crudeness. Why didn't you come to me? What are you trying to do to me, Gary?
What am I trying to do to you?
I've been your enemy. I lent you a very, very handsome sum without 1 red dime's worth of collateral. Know any banker who would do as much for you?
I know that, Mr. Noll, and I appreciate it. Really, I do.
But what?
Haven't I been making good on it? I've already paid back almost double.
I don't see how that entitled you to go to the police and drag my name through the filth.
I withdrew the charges, didn't I, the next day?
Gary, words are stones. Once you've thrown them, once they've hit their target, the damage is done. The grand jury hasn't called you yet.
What? A grand jury?
You're going to be called, put under oath. I know lots of things. I know that.
But that doesn't mean I'm going to tell him anything.
That takes guts. You have guts? I understand you were a lieutenant in the Marines overseas. There may be something to that. Well, I hope so for your sake. Let's have a drink.
No, I can't. My wife's holding dinner.
Sit down, Gary. I want to buy you a drink.
I'll get it. Hello? Who's calling? Just a minute. For you, Jess. Mr. Saugus.
Hi, Gary. What's up? What sort of trouble? Oh, sure. Tomorrow morning? Oh, just a minute. Can we hold those till tomorrow?
What's wrong?
Oh, Gary wants to see us tonight. He says it's urgent.
Well, I guess they'll keep.
Sure, Gary. Well, yeah, have dinner. Come on over. Right.
Okay, something's wrong. What?
I might as well tell you. I've been leading this secret life. Swiss bank accounts and these showgirls in Las Vegas. You're going to be a rich widow.
That's not very funny.
It's nothing.
it might be, just as you say, a fishing expedition. Although in our experience, grand juries generally know what they're after. Now, you sure you don't know what it is they could want?
How will I know anything about racketeering? I get the shakes every time I make up my income tax.
Then all you have to do is go in and find out what it is they want to ask you.
Will you come with me tomorrow morning?
Look, you don't need a lawyer. Just tell them what you know or don't know.
A grand jury? I'm standing there naked, alone. Well, I sound like some kind of imbecile. Shouldn't even have a driver's license. You lawyers don't realize what your rituals and your mumbo-jumbo do to the average citizen.
The law's awful majesty? Yes, I suppose we do sometimes intimidate people, don't we? Usually the wrong people.
Come with me.
Look, I wouldn't even be allowed in the hearing room. I'd have to wait outside.
Will I be able to come out and talk to you?
Well, sure.
Then be there. Please.
Okay.
Owen?
See you, Gary.
Good night, Gary. Give my best to Linda, huh?
Is Mr. Saugus all right? He looks a little frazzled.
I think the word is frightened.
What's the grand jury after, anyway? Got any idea?
I haven't heard anything.
Oh, I heard a guy in my constitutional law class talking. Of course, it was just a rumor, but he said that the syndicate was recycling money into speculative building, which is a very interesting new kind of ecology.
Yeah, but Gary's an architect, not a builder. Besides, Gary's Gary. He couldn't have anything to hide.
Well, if anything's really wrong, we should find out soon enough, I guess.
Mr. Saugus, on April 20th, you made a report to the Isla Vista police station that you'd been assaulted and threatened by a collector for a so-called loan shark. You filed charges of assault and battery. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, on April 21st, you returned to the Isla Vista police station and said you wanted to withdraw the charges.
That's right.
Why?
Well, I didn't want to pursue the matter. I was angry, and then the next day I cooled off, and I didn't want to press charges.
Well, that's your privilege, of course. Actually, we're not concerned with those particular charges, at least not for the moment. We are interested, however, in how you got involved with this loan shark and under what conditions.
But there wasn't any loan shark. That was just an expression I used because the dispute was over money. I was angry and upset.
Angry at whom?
At the man that was pressuring me.
What's his name?
I don't know.
And he was just pressuring you?
Yeah.
May I ask in what manner?
Look, it was pure misunderstanding. This friend, I owed money to this friend of his, and he thought I wasn't going to pay him back, and I don't know.
How much money?
Nothing, a couple of $100. It's a bet on a ball game.
May we have the name of your friend?
It was his friend, not my friend. And a guy I met at a bar, I don't remember his name. Look, I withdrew the charges.
To the police, you accuse this friend of being a loan shark. Now, that's a very serious accusation. It implies usury, extortion, conspiracy, intimate links with organized crime.
I told you I was sore. I didn't stop to choose my words.
Last September 26th, you deposited $10,000 in your business account. That deposit was made in cash. Where did you get this cash?
I borrowed it from a friend.
That same friend you later accused of being a loan shark?
No.
Do you stand by that statement?
Yes.
Was the name of that friend Henry Noll?
No.
Do you know a man named Henry Noll?
I might. I might have met him once. I'm not very good at names.
How good are you at faces? That ring any bells?
No.
How about this one?
That's me.
The witness with Mr. Henry Noll. One of several photographs we've taken during several different meetings. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we have been up against. Loan sharks, lending out syndicate money at the customary rate of $6 per 5 per week. In other words, a rate of interest, also called vigorish, of 20% per week. And they've been doing it with impunity because the victims have been too frightened to testify about it. Last month, I thought we finally had a witness. A man named Stuart Rainier, who I have reason to believe knew something about Noll's involvement in the death of a Ventura builder named Anders. But when I next saw Mr. Rainier, he looked rather badly bruised. In fact, his arm was broken, and he was suffering from a miraculous loss of memory. Now, here we have, or had, another potential witness, and he has just lied. Lied blatantly while under oath. No doubt he felt he had adequate reason. But I have my job to do, too.
Well, how'd it go?
DA's gonna file charges against me.
What kind of charges?
Perjury.
Perjury? You could have kept your mouth shut in there. And at the very worst, you might have been cited for contempt, but not perjury.
How did I know he was gonna ambush me? Jess, I need you.
Well, yeah, I'd say you do.
What's our first move?
But to give me the facts. And then I'll try to square it so you can go back in there tomorrow and straighten yourself out.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't? A perjury conviction means jail, Gary.
I can't. If I talk, I'm dead.
What, did someone threaten you?
How do you think loan sharks stay in business?
Loan sharks, you?
Me. It happens. At least I'm here to tell you about it. Do you remember that fellow Joseph Anders who was killed a few months ago down in Ventura?
Yeah, I remember. A builder.
He'd made threatening noises about going to the FBI. Henry Noll, my benefactor, the character I'm into, had him killed.
How do you know?
Noll himself. He was very cool about it. Just a hint, but I didn't need more than a hint. I also heard about it from somebody else.
Who?
Fellow I rent boats from, Stuart Rainier. He's not so talkative since he had his arm broken.
But that could give you an acceptable defense for perjury. Coercion. If you can prove you had good reason to fear for the safety of your life.
Forget it.
Forget it. Look, man, the chances are very good the DA's office isn't going to prosecute someone who's been coerced into perjury by the threat on his life.
Oh, Jess, I can't afford to admit it.
Dream time, you know. All my life I'd wanted to be in business for myself. But the amount of money that Linda and I could raise was still some $10,000 short. So I heard about this decent man, this semi-retired real estate. All kinds of money, no red tape, no need for collateral. Sure, he was charging an arm and a leg, but I figured that was peanuts compared to what I could make once I was out on my own. And I figured, look at the risk he's taking.
That's some risk. He's got your body for collateral.
Perjury conviction. How many years could I get?
1 to 14.
It's a steal, I'll take it.
Gary, if you just stood up to these guys, they could be put away where they could never threaten you again.
You're asking me to jump off the diving board without knowing how much water's in the pool.
That's right, we don't know.
Just make the best deal you can.
How do you want to plead?
No contest, is that the phrase?
That still could mean serving time. Maybe 4 or 5 years. Then again, they could go for the maximum.
14 years. My daughter will be a woman. My wife will be a stranger. And our big dream will be dead. In fact, it died this morning, didn't it?
That the new bank branch?
Yes.
Too bad you couldn't borrow from them, isn't it?
You haven't lost any money on me.
Right now, I'm in danger of losing a lot more than money.
You don't have to worry if that's what you came about. I didn't talk. The DA tripped me up on a perjury charge. I'll probably have to go to jail.
Probably.
Well, I'm fighting it, of course.
You need a lawyer who's got your best interests at heart.
Want me to change lawyers?
Call this fellow. Tell him I sent you. Call him today. He'll get you the best possible deal money can buy. Save you probably years of worry, aggravation, solitude.
I'll think about it.
Gary, believe me, I'm just a small fish in a big ocean. My associates in Vegas, Detroit, Miami, they may not be as understanding of an artist's temperament like yours. I came here prepared to be patient. If you went to jail and couldn't make a living, I was ready to stop the clock so the interest wouldn't keep piling up. But if you don't want to listen to me...
I didn't say that.
Does it offend you, my little suggestion, my concern?
I'll call.
Good. Such nice work. Believe that, Gary. Very nice.
Hello, Gary.
Hi.
What do you want to see me about?
Yes, sir.
Oh, scotch and water.
I'm getting me another lawyer, Jess.
Do you mind telling me why?
Could have lawyers on my side.
No. What is that supposed to mean?
Look, I know that you and Owen meant the best for me. But now I gotta start thinking of my family, myself.
Well, that's your privilege. You mind telling me who you're planning to retain?
You won't approve.
Well, Noll's certainly making sure of you, isn't he? His lawyer.
You blame him?
You talked it over with Linda?
What does she know about lawyers? No, I haven't told her anything yet.
Well, husbands and wives usually get around to talking about things of this kind. Especially when the husband has gone out and bought himself a pair of roller skates. It's just raring to roll him straight into prison. At least talk to her, Gary. If you feel the same way tomorrow, Owen and I'll bow out of this.
No. Tell Mr. Noll I'm not in and you don't know when I'll be back. And, hold off on that call to Jess Brandon for a while.
I see. Thank you. He's avoiding me. You know where his little girl goes to school?
Doreen? Yeah.
Find out what time she gets out. Give her a message for her daddy.
Any word from Gary?
Nothing yet.
I thought he'd have telephoned by now.
Well, maybe there's no phone near that fence he's sitting on.
I brought your stapler back.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's all right.
Frieda said it was all right to come in.
No problem, honey.
It's just, you both look so worried.
I once had a client who told me all lawyers are no good. But when I need a lawyer, I want one who worries. Very tough decision for a man to make.
What?
Well, if I were in Gary Saugus' position, would you advise me to risk her safety, to be a good citizen and keep out of jail?
It's a very tough decision. I know that, Owen.
Doreen? Hi, Doreen.
Hi.
My name's Tom. I'm a friend of your daddy's. He's told me a lot about you. Listen, I'm going your way. Can I give you a lift?
No, I'd rather walk. Besides, I'm not really supposed to take rides with people I don't know.
That's right. You shouldn't. Well, listen, you give him these for me.
What is it?
That's just some pictures I took for him. Tell him that Tom Munday said he'd find those very interesting. I'll see you again.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Henry and Noll demonstration. Of how vulnerable we are. Of how easily his goon can get so close to the two of you. And if he can do it with a camera.
I never saw anybody.
He was there.
It's so evil. It's so horrible.
Linda, I've decided. I know what I've got to do. I will not go through life this way. Being worried if you're out of my sight for 5 minutes.
You no longer feel an obligation to return phone calls?
I was busy.
What about me? Has it ever occurred to you I may have feelings, anxieties, like anybody else?
You weren't so pitiful yesterday.
Yesterday?
Those photographs he gave my daughter.
He likes to take pictures. It's a hobby with him.
Show me how easily he can get close to my wife and kid.
Gary, I try to talk to you like a father, and you give me this kind of back talk. I have an investment in you. I don't want a pair of careless lawyers to use you for a patsy in a two-bit law and order crusade, because they'll destroy you. They'll leave you in the end without a family, without a business, nothing but a prison record, and hatred and bitterness in your heart. A man's life is fragile as a soap bubble. Your life, my life, who knows what can happen? I swear, Gary, I don't understand you. Why don't you call my lawyer?
No, Mr. Noll. I don't need your man anymore. My careless lawyers just called me to tell me that the DA is dropping the perjury charge in exchange for my testimony in front of the grand jury.
That is your considered and final decision?
Yes.
I have nothing more to say to you. I'm a music nut. You're a music nut, Saugus? Mr. Noll likes pretty music, too. You know, some nights we just sit listening without saying a word. But like he puts it, Mr. Noll, it's enriching. Good for the soul. It's hot in here. You hot, Saugus? You know the first thing I do when I find out that it's hot? I open the window.
That's a great view you got from up here. You know, I don't come from this part of the county. I've only been in Santa Barbara a couple of months, but it's the first time I've ever seen it from this high up. How high up are we, anyway? What is this, the 6th floor, Saugus? Hey, you know, you're sweating like mad. You see, it really is hot in here. And you need some air.
You stay away from me.
Come on, Pigeon, let's go flying.
Self-defense. Him or me, self-defense.
Self-defense only if you were reasonably in fear of great bodily harm.
Only if I was in fear of my life. And you're a lawyer, okay, but don't talk to me like one. Reasonably in fear.
A man is dead, Gary. You admitted killing him. Now, I'm trying to help you. How do you want me to talk?
And if we're going to help, we have to know exactly how it happened.
I'm trying to tell you. The man was going to throw me out of the window.
All right. But we have only your word for that. And the police physician could find no mark of violence on you.
He was coming at me.
They'll say you could have just pointed the gun. They'll remind you he had no gun.
He made a grab for mine. I wasn't even conscious of firing. It was pure instinct. It was only after I heard the shot.
You fired twice.
Twice?
You were trained as a soldier. Your instinct was to defend yourself in any way you could. Now, he was a big man. It might have taken 2 bullets to stop him. A lot will depend on the police report, the position in which the body was found, and the powder burns on his clothing, which would indicate how close he was to you when you fired.
He was close enough to grab the gun. Look, I'll show you. I was like this, and he grabbed me.
Yes, that would suggest self-defense, except that...
Except what?
What were you doing with a gun in your desk drawer in the first place?
Well, I brought it in. I was scared he was going to kill me, so I brought the gun. What's wrong with that?
To a jury, that would seem like a virtual admission.
For what?
Premeditation.
Gary, in your appearance before the grand jury, did Grant ever ask you about Tom Munday?
Yes, he did.
Specifically, did he use his name when you referred to the man who was sent to press you?
No. Is that bad?
Well, it would have helped us when we plead self-defense.
Looks like I want it.
We'll see you in a while.
Can we rely on self-defense, Owen? He admitted to the police he brought the gun into the office. And he admitted that he knew Munday was coming to see him.
But he knew what Munday intended to do to him. He knew what Munday had done to other people who threatened to talk.
But we haven't got one witness who'll testify Tom Munday ever spit on the sidewalk.
But Gary knew that Munday had something to do with Joseph Anders' death. And he knew about Stuart Rainier's broken arm. Rainier's our key here, Jess.
Yeah, but Rainier's scared out of his wits. Grant told me himself. I mean, you could offer him a regiment of bodyguards and he wouldn't talk.
Well, maybe not to the police.
Sure, Mr. Marshall. You can ask me any questions you want. And we've already decided it's a beautiful day. Is there anything else?
You know Gary Saugus, Mr. Rainier?
I know him.
He's accused of murder.
I heard.
We expect to rely on self-defense, but we need corroboration that being alone with Tom Munday was as dangerous as Gary believed. And as you happen to be in a position to know.
I had an accident. I slipped and fell. I can't help you.
But you knew Anders?
I know him. Doesn't mean I know how he died.
Well, Tom Munday must have thought you knew.
I said I can't help you.
Well, Gary knew what had happened to you and to Anders. That's why he took his gun to the office. But to convince the jury that his gun didn't imply premeditation, we need you to tell the court what you know about Henry Noll and Tom Munday's methods, and about others who got the same treatment but were afraid to talk. Have it!
Look, mister, don't let my size fool you. I may be big, but I'm not reckless. Not anymore.
Tom Munday is dead.
Emmett, I told you, don't let those kids go in without the preservers. There's plenty more to take his place, as long as Henry Noll is up and around.
You could help take Noll off the streets, maybe for good.
How? By telling them that his goon scared people?
Gary thinks you know enough to tie Noll to Anders' death.
Look, Marshal, I'd rather be a live coward than a dead hero. And you can say anything else you want. I don't even hear you.
Owen Marshall, Jess Brandon, Mike Escobedo.
Hi there.
Marshall, nice to see you.
Mike's
Brandon.
going to prosecute. Well, I'm sorry it turned out this way. I never figured that grand jury hearing would lead to a man being killed.
Neither did our client.
Well, that's what we're here to find out, isn't it?
Well, I'll see you later.
Right. I want you to know we might be willing to go for manslaughter instead of first degree. Now, why waste the court's time? We all agree he killed the man. If he cooperates, he might deal himself a break.
By pleading guilty to a reduced charge.
Well, it's done all the time. That doesn't mean we'd recommend it to an innocent man. No, I mean this. Make a deal now, and he's probably out in 2 or 3 years. Fight it and lose, he might draw life.
The prosecutor's offering you a deal.
What kind of a deal?
Plead guilty to manslaughter, they drop the murder charge.
Okay. Can they do that?
It's called plea bargaining. It keeps the courts from being overwhelmed. But it means waiving several rights, such as your right to jury trial and cross-examination of witnesses.
Well, what if I should fight it and the jury finds me guilty?
Conviction of first-degree murder, considerably longer sentence.
What do you think I should do?
Well, I believe you're innocent, but I can't guarantee that a jury would agree with me. Especially without Stuart Rainier as witness, or anybody else for that matter.
Are you saying I should take the deal?
You decided to fight Henry Noll to keep out of jail. Do you want to quit now?
Morning.
Morning.
All sorts of people here.
I was subpoenaed.
So was I. I can't imagine what they want to ask me about. Can you imagine what they want to ask you about?
No.
Well, I hope it was the right decision, Owen. You remember the old saying, the lawyer always goes home. If I blow it, it's Gary who gets the book thrown at him.
Then don't blow it. So you denied to the grand jury under oath that you had ever had any dealings with Frank Noll?
Yes.
Were you speaking the truth?
Yes.
Would you speak up, please?
No, I was not.
In fact, you perjured yourself under oath.
Yes.
And yet you expect us to believe that you are now telling the truth when you say you killed Munday in self-defense.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Saugus, when they trained you as a Marine, did you receive instruction in unarmed combat, judo, karate, that?
Yes, I did.
And still you felt you needed a gun to defend yourself against an unarmed man?
Well, I didn't know he was unarmed.
Oh, why shouldn't he have been? Or did you think he might have reason to be afraid of you?
No, of course not.
Of course not. So, now let me just make sure I have all this clear. You claim Tom Munday threatened your family by taking their pictures. You claim some sort of inside knowledge that he was involved in the death of a Joseph Anders, a death that is listed in police records as a hit-run accident with no suspects. You claim that he broke the arm of one Stuart Rainier, and yet we've seen hospital records which state that Rainier's arm was broken in a fall. And on the basis of these terrifying suspicions, you took a loaded gun to your office and you shot an unarmed man, and you actually expect us to believe it was in self-defense?
And you say again you lied to the grand jury because of a deep, genuine fear for the safety of yourself and your family.
That was the only reason.
Well, then let's consider this. If you lied to protect Munday and his employer, then why did you have reason to be afraid of it?
I had decided to tell everything I knew about the loan shark operation.
Did Munday know this?
Oh, yes.
Well, Mr. Saugus, why did you make this decision?
Why?
Yes, I mean, if, after all, as you say, you had been threatened.
I had.
And your family as well?
Yes.
Well, then did you assume that you were the only one victimized by this alleged loan racketeering?
No, of course not. I knew there were others.
But did any of them decide to cooperate with the police?
No. No, not to my knowledge.
And in your opinion, had they received the same threatening treatment as you?
I assume that, since they were afraid to talk.
And do you suppose any of them had families, too?
Objection. Counsel is asking for conjecture, besides which the whole matter is irrelevant.
Sustained. Please confine your questioning to the points of issue, Mr. Brandon.
Yes, Your Honor. What I'm getting at, Mr. Saugus, is your motive.
I told you I was convinced I was in great personal danger.
No, I mean your motive in deciding to talk in spite of that danger. Why did you take this step and no one else?
Objection. Again, the witness is being asked to create...
Well, forget about the others. Why did you?
Well, I guess I realized that if I didn't, I'd be signing away my whole life.
You mean financially?
Well, that too. No, I meant the ability to act, to live like a man, a free man. See, at first I thought the only thing that was important was to be safe. And then I found out, living under that kind of pressure, that fear, I didn't want a life like that.
And so you decided to act all by yourself?
I had hoped that it wouldn't be all by myself. I prayed that. I remember how I felt in combat. I was a lieutenant, and it was my job to lead. And I was as frightened as the lowest private in the squad. I wanted to dig into a foxhole and hide. But I couldn't. So when I would move out, my men, seeing me, would find courage and move out too. And my seeing them helped me in turn. I guess that kind of courage is contagious. At least it was there. I had hoped that there would be others who would speak out against Henry Noll. I'd hoped that my taking the first step would be enough to start things. But I guess in this case I was wrong. That's what I'd hoped.
No more questions.
Recross, Mr. Escobedo.
No, Your Honor.
You may step down. You may call your next witness, Mr. Brandon.
The defense calls Stuart Rainier.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Be seated. Will you please tell the court your full name?
Stuart Rainier.
Your occupation?
I run a store, fishing goods. I rent boats.
Mr. Rainier, the question of how you broke your arm has become very important in this case. Will you tell us now what happened?
I told the police it was an accident.
Was it an accident? Was it? Mr. Rainier, the man before you also faced the risk of possible retaliation. Together, you could put an end to that fear. Was it an accident?
No.
Will the witness speak up, please?
No. Tom Munday broke it.
Your Honor, I notice our next witness is leaving. Would the court please instruct him to remain in the room?
Bailiff.
Don't touch me.
I have a feeling we're going to have lots to question Mr. Noll about in a very few minutes. Lots. Mr. Rainier, would you please tell me about your dealings with Tom Munday and Mr. Henry Noll?
Yes, I'll tell you all about it. About 3 years ago, I needed $1,000.
Yes. Well, I suggest that you contact the district attorney's office directly with that information. Thank you. Noll's victims are coming out of the woodwork. That's the 4th call this afternoon.
Sounds like the lieutenant's got his squad moving fast.
Right, as soon as it was broadcast that Gary was acquitted and Noll was arrested. Hey, I thought you were bringing the Sauguses back with you for a little celebrating.
Well, they decided they'd rather celebrate privately, and I can't say I blame them.
Well, Stan and I have decided to do a little private celebrating tonight, too.
Oh? It's not your birthday?
No.
Not your anniversary?
No, but it looks like I might actually get home by 6 o'clock, which you gotta admit is a cause for celebration.
This is Mr. T, cordially inviting you to join Hannibal, Howlin' Mad Murdoch, Faceman, and me in the A-Team, coming up next, right here in TV Land.